Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.
And it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It is Wednesday. Your Sunshine stepping in, and of course you stepped into the right place and you know exactly where that is. It is Sunshine's Corner. And I've got to say to you today, what a great day it is, because we're kicking off something brand new that's going to be so beneficial just for you. And I've got to say to Baptist Healthcare, thank you. Thank you, Joy, for partnering with Sunshine's Corner so we can call it Wellness Wednesdays so that you will know what to do, how to do it, where to go without making a mistake. And I've got a fantastic the cast that's with me today. Yeah, we're cast. We're with me today. These people are going to tell you every single thing it is to know that you need to be a part of right here in our city. Now, I want to say this as I do every single day. You are most certainly welcome to be a part of. I ask that you call in at 850-432-7768. If you've got questions, the only questions that not asked, that's the crazy one. So always ask a question, because that's how you find out. You know, I'll go back to the time when I was growing up. My mother says you only know unless you ask, baby. So look, that's what we've got today. So what I'm going to do is turn over to my right now so that we can introduce, or should I say, I'm going to start with my girl, my little powerhouse right here. I'm talking about Joy Powell. She's with Baptist Healthcare, and she's going to take it from my right and go all the way down and introduce and let everybody know what we're doing. Hi, Joy.
Hi, Sunshine, and hi, audience. My name is Joy Powell, and I serve as the Director of Community Health for Baptist Healthcare. It is our honor, it is our privilege to partner with you to get all the needed information into the community in real time.
Yes.
How fun is that?
That's going to be too much fun.
Call in. Now, don't y'all call in with the hard questions. But
she's got the answers.
and just get information. Right?
Absolutely.
And that is amazing. And so today, I brought a couple of our community partners with me.
Yes.
Because one thing that we know at Baptist is being the only locally owned, locally governed health system.
That's what I'm talking about.
We need partners to survive.
Yes, we do.
So I'll let them introduce themselves.
All right. Let's go to, we're going to go to the middle here.
Yes, thank you so much. Good to be here this morning. Andre Hall. I'm a program director with the Alzheimer's Association, Central and North Florida chapter, where we serve 43 counties in the great state of Florida. And just happy to be here to talk about the different ways that we can contribute and educate about Alzheimer's and other types of dementia. Absolutely agree with Joy. It's all about collaboration and working together. Everyone benefits when we do that. The people who are going through this benefit, the businesses benefit. We are all better when we work together. So just looking forward to providing the information and making sure that we support those who are facing this disease.
Absolutely. And we're going to move a little bit further on down to my girl on the end. Come on, Alesia.
Hello. I'm Alesia Macklin. I'm the Director of Senior Volunteer Programs at the Council on Aging of West Florida.
Yes.
And we're here in Pensacola, Florida, but we serve Escambia County and Santa Rosa County. We make sure that persons who are 55 and over, still vibrant and lively and want to give back in the community, are able to come to us, have opportunities where they can get out of that house and they can go out and give back in ways like being Meals on Wheels drivers and bringing great things to people who don't have anyone to bring them anything. And then we also have opportunities for people who are 60 and over who need a little bit more income, but also need to feel connected, want to give back. We have the foster grandparent program. They're like teacher aides, they're in daycares, Head Starts, public schools. Also, we have senior companions. Those are persons who are 55 and over, but they're closer to the age of the persons that they want to serve. People who are 60 and over who have that need for someone to take them to a doctor's appointment, to take them to get their hair done, to go to Bible study, just be there and be a friend. And as Andre is saying, the Council on Aging is here for this community. We do as much as we possibly can to partner with agencies like Alzheimer's Association, like Baptist Hospital, and just have to give Sunshine her props. She has always supported what we're doing. Always let people know that we're a resource for them. So we're here for you, and especially to let those who are caregivers, the children, the family members know you need to contact us so that we can help you So that's why we're here today, and we thank you all for allowing us to be here.
No doubt about it. Well, you see, as you can hear, we've got a wealth of information coming from each source that we have today. And I learned some things as long as I've been working with the Council on Aging that you've stated today that I weren't even aware of. But you see, that's what it comes with when you collaboration. With collaboration, everybody, I believe that when I say this every single day, collectively, when we sit and put all of our resources together, we can make a huge impact right here at home, because it is definitely needed. And when you talk about the things with the Alzheimer's, I did some things you were talking about I weren't aware of. You see, but this is where we get the knowledge. Knowledge is power. And when we put that power together, we can move mountains. And Joy, all I got to say is, every time I call her, if I get an idea, it's gone. I have to slow her down sometimes. Hold up, I don't have it. But let's talk about something like this. When you were talking about with the area where you are, Andre, I mean, that happens. And we have to educate the family also on how that they can be that source to help that person that's going through that illness, right? Give us some of the tips or the things that we look for to let us know that that's what's going the process.
Sure. And what I will say is this is all about education.
Right.
The educated caregiver is a better caregiver, not only for the person that they're taking care of, but for themselves.
Absolutely.
And what we find is people don't usually go out trying to figure out things about Alzheimer's until they have to deal with it. It's not as though they research it. They're facing it, and then they have to figure out, and sometimes they have to do it the hard way, just trial and error and try and looking and searching. And so what we know is when this starts around age 65, usually, and what we first see is someone who is having memory issues. That's the hallmark that most people think of. They are starting to forget things that are everyday things that they should remember. And we all have times when we are not as sharp. And I tell people, as we grow older, it is normal to become more forgetful. Unfortunately, that's not unusual. However, it is unusual when it continues to get worse, progressively worse, and when the things that you're forgetting become things that impair you from being able to take care of yourself during the day.
No doubt.
And so what happens a lot of times when someone's facing this, they've been going to the same grocery store for 25 years. Right? No problem. They don't even think about going there. Then one day they go to this grocery store and they get lost.
Oh, wow.
They don't know how to get there. And a lot of times when people start facing this in the beginning, they don't necessarily want to share that this is happening to them because of what that may mean. And so a lot of times they cover. And so family members may be pulled in whenever they maybe get a call from law enforcement or somebody that someone
Really?
that they're lost and they don't know where they are. Or they start doing unusual things like in the home setting, maybe taking things and putting them where they don't belong, taking a skillet and putting it in the refrigerator. And then maybe a family member comes over and asks, why is the skillet in the refrigerator? And these things keep happening over and over again. And because Alzheimer's is progressive, it's going to continue to get worse. It's not going to get better.
Wow. Let me say something funny. Have you gone in the room and forgot what you went in the room for?
Wait a minute. I just learned 55 was.
Wait a minute. Look, when she said 55, I said, wait a minute. So, is that a sign? Because I forgot? Well, it's not progressive because I do go back. Oop, I thought about it. Let me go back and get it.
Exactly.
Well, so the Alzheimer's Association has what we call the 10 warning signs. And these are things that happen that can indicate that you have something going on, that you might want to see what's causing that.
Right.
Doesn't mean that it's Alzheimer's. It means that you might want to see what's going on.
Okay.
I will tell you, Sonshine, what you just described, most people face that and have that happen to them.
Okay.
I have it happen.
Alesia said,
Yes. Feel better. Strength in numbers, right?
I'll piggyback off Andre. This is about education. We are not diagnosing anybody with anything on this set.
Because that shit, I tell you. Woo, Jesus. Write this down.
So those 10 warning signs are available on our website, alz.org. You can go and look at them. And once again, these are just indicators to look at. And if you see these things happening in yourself or in someone else that you love, see what's going on. That's all it means. You just need to check into it and see what's going on.
And if I can
go right ahead.
Back off him, when he says see what's going on, get to your primary care doctor.
That's right.
Get to your primary care doctor.
That's right.
Whether it's Baptist Healthcare, whether it's a community partner like Community Health of Northwest Florida, or Health and Hope, get somewhere. Do not diagnose yourself
Correct.
based off of the website.
Absolutely.
That is the most important thing that we probably going to get today on
That's
this
right.
Yeah, and I would even add to what Joy is saying. When we say get to your primary care physician, also get to your neurologist.
Absolutely.
Because there's an incredible person. Her name is Teepa Snow.
Yes.
And Teepa Snow is incredible when it comes to educating people about Alzheimer's and dementia, because everybody thinks everything is Alzheimer's. And it's not.
That's right.
And I know Andrea can share way more on it than I can, but we do a lot of educating on that because of our senior companions having to assist people that have that type of illness.
Most certainly.
And so get to that neurologist so you can have that neuropsychological evaluation
No
done.
doubt.
And I slowed down when I said it. Neuropsychological evaluation, because some physicians, bless them for all they do, they'll give this little really quick, fast thing, and everything's fine. But when you go to that neurologist and it takes 4 hours. We had it done with my dad, who unfortunately Alzheimer's ran very strong on his side of the family, and we lost him because of it. And I started learning a lot of the things that I know now because of going to workshops and seminars with Andre and with the Alzheimer's Association. So you need that 4-hour exam, 3
Most
or 4 hour
certainly.
exam, because you need to
Certainly.
get deep down into that.
So don't
And
be afraid.
helps
Get it.
when you need to start getting services, because then you have the paperwork and on the Council on
That's right.
Aging side.
That's right.
The state of Florida has a whole lot of things that opens up to you through the Northwest Florida Area Agency on Aging when you're diagnosed.
That's right.
Especially. So,
That's great.
Yeah, see how we all build on each other?
Exactly.
We are a
With-
team.
And I see that it's teamwork.
Yes.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
Yes.
That makes the dream work.
Yes.
We've got a phone call. Somebody wants to ask the question already.
Awesome.
Look at this. Let's find out who it is today. Good morning.
Good morning, Sonshine. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well.
I am so happy to see your panel of guests on today, and I just had to call in to speak to them, especially my UWF alumni sister, Alesia.
Go
That's
Argos.
my girl. How you doing?
Hi, that is Dr. Eric
That is
Martin.
Dr. Eric Martin.
But I did have a couple of questions. I want to ask Alesia, now that the weather is getting ready to change, what are
Yes.
some things that y'all look for or need, that y'all see need for y'all population that y'all work with? Now that the weather is about to get ready to start changing over
Thank
to the
you.
colder side.
Thank you so much for that question. I always call it winter warm up.
Hello.
We need blankets. We need space heaters. If persons would be so kind, if they would like to go out and purchase those things, socks, that would be incredible, because we have clients. We have a lot of clients, and they're always in need of blankets. They're as we age. I just read an article this morning talking about some of the key things we need to do as we age, and one of them is that our body temperature changes. We need to get more sleep, but it's hard for us to get more sleep because we're either too cold, too hot. So we try to warm up our seniors, and we definitely need those things. We always need, still call them chuck pads, but bed liners for the bed. We always need those. We always need Ensure. People are always asking us for Ensure and Boost. Those things, we always need adult, the pull-ups. People prefer the pull-ups, but I always say to them, you prefer the pull-ups, but when you're working with someone who can't really help you to change
To pull
them,
it up or pull it down.
exactly. It's better to have the tabs, to have what's considered a regular diaper, because you can whip that on and whip that back off and snap it
Keep
up
it
on the
moving.
sides. So thank you so much, Eric, for that question, because those are the things that we really need now.
Well, thank you. And you know, I was not aware of that, but I see now that's something else we can do together as a community. Knowing that that's in need, then we can start collecting those items, can't we? Yes, we can.
we can.
You know, I tell you what. Now we're gonna thank you, Eric, for that question, and we appreciate you so very much. We're gonna go to commercial break, and we're gonna come back and talk even more. There's so much information for you today. I encourage you, do not lack out on not calling 850-432-7768 if you've got a loved one that you feel that there is even a sign there. This is the time you get the information so you can move forward in a positive way. Right here. Stay close. We'll be back with more on Sunshine's Corner.
Navigating healthcare is hard. Baptist makes it better. With convenient locations, easy scheduling, and skilled, compassionate doctors, all when you need us most. The next time you need care, let Baptist make it better. Baptist Healthcare.
Empire Truck Sales, located at 2255 West Detroit Boulevard in Pensacola, is your Freightliner, Western Star, Detroit Diesel, and Cummins dealer for Northwest Florida. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., providing sales, service, and parts. Empire Truck Sales is also your Oasis dealer for Freightliner custom chassis RV and motorhome repairs. Running I-10 will get you in.
Many who consider facial plastic surgery are concerned their results will look unnatural. But with over 20 years of serving the Pensacola community, his thousands of satisfied patients have made Dr. Derek Jones a trusted reconstructive and facial plastic surgeon known for industry-leading results that look natural. Call 850-484-FACE to schedule a consultation at one of our locations in Pensacola and Gulf Breeze.
I'm Dr. Derek Jones. Trust your face to a facial plastic surgeon.
Animal Allies is looking for volunteers, and there are many ways that you can help. From taking care of cats to using your computer and social media skills, any and all assistance is greatly appreciated. We have morning and afternoon shifts every day or help at adoption events. You can even foster a kitty at home. And it counts towards community service hours for bright futures. Find Animal Allies Florida on Facebook and Instagram or go to aaflorida.org/volunteer.
In our democracy, your vote matters. Make your voice heard. Get registered. Seek out reliable reporting on the candidates and issues and vote on or before November 5th. Visit vote411.org. This message is furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town, and you know that's Sunshine's Corner, where we talk about the conversations that are difficult and you can feel safe doing it. Anything that you feel that we need to touch, we will do that so that the community can be aware of what they all need to know. Now we're going to revert back to Joy, because Joy wanted to revert back to Alesia and come back, and then I've got a question I want to come back with Andre. Man, we were talking so much off camera.
Yes.
But there are things that we need to cover.
Yeah, absolutely. And so one of the things that we have to be in control of is the misinformation that goes out to our community.
Absolutely.
And so I made a reference about a primary care doctor, and then Alesia came back and said a neurologist. So we want to make sure that our community is at the right place at the right time for the right reason.
There you go.
And hopefully not feeling alone.
That's right.
And so you have to understand, you have to have that primary care appointment. They serve as the coach. You know, this is a big football town, right? You're the quarterback of your care.
Come on.
But without that coach saying we're going to throw it to the wide receiver or the neurologist, or we're going to throw it to the tight end or the cardiologist, you need to have that person that can coordinate all of your care. And that is your PCP.
Right.
And so get to your PCP. Make sure you're writing down the questions that you have that are burning in your heart. Keep them on the refrigerator, like your grocery list, right? And if you feel uncomfortable having those conversations, just hand them the list.
Absolutely.
Right? And tell them what you need.
Right.
Because after all, the coach is there to make sure that we get a win.
There you
And
go.
the win is getting that whole ball of your health
Cross that goal line.
to that goal line.
Yes.
And then, hey, education, you're going to kick the field goal. And
there you go.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
Perfect.
The analogy there was great.
Yes.
And,
Yes, it
and
was.
that's what I'm talking about with the conversation that's going on. I see how you all piggyback off each other.
Yeah.
So we know that it is a successful team that we have here to share with all of our viewers.
Yes.
And I thank you. Now, Andre, we was talking about something else. I want to know the difference because of something I just experienced with a friend that's in Alabama with Alzheimer's and dementia. What's the difference?
That is a great question. It's one of the most basic questions I get. So dementia is a category, and under that category you have different types of dementia. Alzheimer's is just one type. You have Lewy body, you have vascular dementia, you have all different types of dementia.
Really?
Now the reason why we hear more about Alzheimer's is because more people are diagnosed with Alzheimer's than the other types. But as a professional, if somebody tells me that somebody has dementia, then my next question is, what type? That doesn't really tell me very much because they all act differently and progress differently. And so if you have Alzheimer's, it's not going to look like Lewy body, and that's not going to look like vascular. They look different and they progress differently.
You said
Lewy body.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, wow. I'm learning. I'm educated. Because, you know, I asked that because I won't call names, but a friend of mine, I could see the progression because she shared this on social media. And I could see the progression in what was happening. And, well, he just a few days ago. But I did not realize that there were different names for it. So when I saw the part where he had begun to, his hands, as if he couldn't control them. And when she was feeding him, she would say, no, baby. She would hold it down like this. But, so what did you call that when you can't control the hands?
Well, that could be a symptom or something that you're seeing as a presentation.
Okay.
But Lewy body is a type of dementia that affects different parts of the brain than, say, Alzheimer's, and progresses differently. People have different types of behaviors and issues with Lewy body than they would with Alzheimer's. Really, a lot of all this goes back to getting the right diagnosis.
Okay.
And if everybody takes home one thing, we work in the healthcare system, that diagnosis is so important, having the right one. Because with that, it opens up doors.
Yes.
And where we work at, whenever somebody comes in, if you wanted to get them access to this, or if they're going to get this type of treatment or that type of treatment, they have to have the right diagnosis. Because if not, that will be a barrier.
Yes.
Really?
We can't move anywhere because you don't have the diagnosis. Well, but this is going on, and families will tell me, but we're having these problems. Have they gotten a diagnosis? Have you gone? No, we haven't done that.
We haven't done it.
Well, that's
the step. You got to do
We
it.
got to get to the quarterback.
Right.
Joy was talking
We got a
about.
text message.
Yeah.
The question was asked, is it hereditary? And what are the signs that you can look for? How do you slow it down if it's hereditary?
Those are great questions. Those are great questions. There is a genetic component to Alzheimer's. There can be a genetic component, so it can be hereditary. Doesn't mean that it always is.
Right.
I know a lot of families say, Mama had it, Daddy had it, and now it looks like now I'm worried about it. And so there can be that. But I have good news, and this is what I love to share. What we have learned through data, through research, is that there are things that you can do to lessen your risk of developing this.
Really?
Okay. There are modifiable risks that you can do to lessen your chances of developing it. Some of those surround social engagement, which is really interesting research. We are social creatures. Humans are social.
Absolutely.
What we find is when you stop engaging socially, it increases your risk. There's data to back that up. It's really important. And so when we think about a senior who gets older and maybe they retire.
A 55-year-old senior.
Wait a minute. I tell you what, she said 55. Ooh,
I'm getting into those numbers. But so a lot of times they start doing less things socially, if you think about it, because a lot of times social things may be connected to your job or your profession. Now you retire, now you're not doing those things anymore.
Sitting at home watching
TV.
TV.
Not good for you.
Not good at all.
Wow.
Not good for you. Diet, something that we can modify. It's a challenge, and we can talk more about that in our community, right? The foods that we eat.
Absolutely.
The things that we do. That's modifiable. Getting sleep. We know there's a connection. That's modified. So there's a bunch of things that we can do. That's the good news. Now, you may not do these things, but I can tell you can do these things, and they can lower your risk.
Oh, wow.
And actually, if you do those things,
you got to get that.
No, I'm not saying that.
Does that work for dementia as well?
That helps with hypertension. That helps with diabetes.
So
that helps with all of the I would say the top 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say this. I want to look into the camera. Everybody who I invite out every week to come out and exercise with me.
Thank you. Exercise.
That I've been doing this over 15 years.
Yes, ma'am.
I encourage you. I try to educate you on the things that you are consuming. Please, you laugh at me when I tell you I don't eat the fried. You laugh at me when I tell you I cut away from that. But the fact of it is, the activity level we see now is a plus. So I want to encourage, get off that sofa.
Yeah.
There are days I'm tired, I don't want to go, but that causes me to go even more. And with you confirming this, Tuesday and Thursday, don't miss it.
Yeah, and if I could say something, we have to have a community health needs assessment.
Yes.
Every 3 to 5 years.
Yes.
Now our community is different.
Right.
We all come together and do what we call CHNA.
Okay.
As some of the main focal.
What is a C?
Community health needs assessment.
Thank you. Okay.
And so obesity is one of those things.
Yes.
So we have different things going on where we're asking medical providers to ask questions. Are you active? If you are, how many days a week? So
that's right.
When we say the word exercise, people think they have to be in the gym.
No, you do not. You do not.
I have tile floors.
Yes.
So if I mop those tile floors,
You getting some
that is-
movement.
But I want to change the language.
There you
the
go.
language is physical activity.
Exactly.
Not just exercise.
That's
People
right.
think they need to be in a gym
That's
pumping
right.
iron. Honestly, the guidelines say you only need to do that type of fitness twice a week.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. I do it twice a week. But
Yeah.
I see it's the consistency
It's the
that works.
consistency,
Right.
yes.
It's the consistency that works.
Yeah.
When you learn something, apply it.
That's right.
That the application and just to go back to
Yes.
what all three of you were saying just
Yes.
then, what we do with the Council on Aging with our programs, we're twofold. We are getting people out of the house.
Exactly.
The studies that we're talking about that they did, social isolation is like smoking 15 cigarettes a day.
Get away.
It is just that bad. We get them out of the house. We get them back engaged in society. So whether they're driving around dropping off meals, whether they're at a dining site helping to serve people at the dining site,
Right.
they're being active.
Exactly.
We have activities. People come in and do bingo. People come in and do puzzles.
Right.
It's not just, some older people say, oh, well, I don't just want to go with those old folks over there and do stuff with those old folks. And I'm like, first of all, you're older. Second of all, you need to move.
That's
you
right.
just need to move. As Joy is saying, we're wanting you to exercise. Stop thinking exercises. You got to be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You gotta be there with some
You
weights
gotta be
that's
the
50 pounds.
Terminator.
No.
And you're
Activity.
negating what you'll never get to see Andre and what he does if you just get up, get out, and go.
And
get
move.
back into the church. Go to the church. Do what they're doing at the church. Get back out there with the kids, the Ready Kids here in Pensacola.
Yes.
Partnering with another
That's right.
nonprofit. Go to Gulf Coast Kids House. Help them with the kids.
That's right.
Go to Waterfront Mission. Help them with the unhoused men
That's
that are
right.
dealing with.
Tell me
It's
about it.
so many nonprofits
Yes.
that you can go find your passion. Get out there and connect to it so that this keeps working.
Exactly.
This keeps working.
Exactly.
And you never get to Andre.
That's right.
And you don't end up with one of the quarterbacks over there, Baptist
trying to
with
get
joy.
it. I love it.
Yes, and also let me say this. You said Waterfront. Let me give you a tidbit. Waterfront started their women's services on yesterday.
Oh, I know I'll be there helping.
They have over 30 beds for single women.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking
Single
about.
women. So the need is arising.
Yes.
And they're about to open respite beds.
Really?
And so that's amazing. Get into your community. You
Thank
don't
you.
know what's
What's
happening
going on if you're
you're
just
not
going to sit
there.
at home and do nothing?
No, that's it. And so this is a good conversation.
Oh, my
And
God.
Sonshine, we talked about September being about caregivers.
That's
Look
right.
what they've given.
That's right. Look at this.
Look what they've given.
Look at this.
And November is National Caregiver Appreciation
Month.
Month.
Yes.
And we want caregivers to understand that we're here for them. This is what we do.
That's right.
At the Council on Aging, we liaise with the Northwest Florida Area Agency on Aging. They're the umbrella. There is so much. Now, in Council on Aging, let me clarify, as Joy is saying, making sure we get that information out. We're at Santa Rosa in Escambia County, Escambia and Santa Rosa. But the Northwest Florida Area Agency on Aging is 5 counties.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
they're over in Walton. They're Okaloosa, Walton. They're going down the whole I-10 right there. So if you're watching, if you're listening, call us if you have anything you need to know. Don't be afraid to talk to Andre. Andre is
Please.
literally like one of the best people I know.
I mean, he's just so cool.
And the fact that he's married to Dr.
Dr. Look.
Michelle.
Hello.
Griffin. Greer. Everybody. I mean, I can't even
Everybody
get all our
knows.
names
See,
out
I
right
have
now.
to
There you
behave
go.
everywhere I go. I can't go anywhere and act
No,
up.
no.
It's going to get back to my wife.
That's right. You gotta get back to her.
Yeah.
She was my children's
The best
pediatrician.
behavior.
So
Listen,
woo-woo.
there you go.
See, we've got connections in all ways, shapes, form, and fashion because
right.
you do have grandparents raising grandchildren.
Yes.
There you go.
You
And
do.
in
A lot of
Council
them.
on Aging, we have a support group for
There
them.
you go. Yeah.
Ta-da! So there's just with us, there's nothing that we can't help people with.
Absolutely.
So just call us, and if it's not one of the things we do, we know who does it. We can get you in touch with
Most
them
certainly.
too.
Yeah.
And you said something that's powerful. There are a lot of grandparents who are raising the grandchildren.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, so please, I mean, when I look at that, can you imagine this the second time around for the grandparents? When they, I'm raising this, now I'm raising yours too.
Yes.
And then you've got a support group
have a support
for
group.
that.
Yes.
So that can be a major help right there with the kids and that person
Yes.
who's supplying the help.
Absolutely.
And I mean, and Andre, no pun intended. We don't want anybody to come see you.
You know, and I don't want them to. I tell groups that I speak with, I'm looking forward to the day. So the association's goal is to see a world without Alzheimer's.
Exactly.
Amen.
Exactly.
I look forward to the day when I don't have a job because of that. I'll gladly go and do something else because that's what we want to get to, and that's why we're so big on research. We want to support the people who are facing this right now because they need the help. But we also want to see the day where it's not happening anymore.
You got that right.
Right? And we know don't do that because you're going to end up having Alzheimer's, so don't do those things. Or here, take this and you will prevent that or reverse it. We're not there yet. We're making strides. But yes, the day where you don't need me to come and talk with you about it, that's Alzheimer's. We don't deal with that anymore.
Absolutely. I mean, which is a great thing. And I hear this, and I hear it often. Well, you said something earlier that still resonates in my mind. When I think you were talking about your mom. When you say, nothing wrong with my dad, and nothing wrong with it. You know how we get to some people that are a little bit more mature. They will not accept to say, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with her." No, he gonna be all right. He ain't got that. You know what I mean?
No, they say just pray about it.
We don't pray about it.
There you go.
And don't take away your prayer, but you got to take another step too.
Thank you.
You have to understand. So one of the programs that we have, which is one of our flagship outreach programs, is the Faith Health Network.
Right.
So what we do is we educate people like Andre, which we call liaisons, and our pastors, so that when we're giving the messages from the pulpit, they're educated messages. They're data-filled messages.
Right.
So we want you to pray. But we know faith without works is
dead.
So you got to have the faith, but you also have to have the works, and understanding that God ordained, and I did say ordained.
That's right.
Some physicians or most
do
what they do.
What they're doing.
Yeah,
exactly.
He had the puzzle already figured out. So don't just skip one part of the puzzle saying you can't. Don't leave it out. I would not encourage anybody to leave out the prayer.
No, do
not.
But
the fact of it is, he put it here so we can have that, so we won't have to go through that.
Exactly.
And I'm saying to everybody who's watching us today, please, you've got a wealth of information here today. And I mean, I'm learning things myself. But so if you're there and you're saying, well, I've seen that, but no, I'm not going to accept that. Look, here's the time. You can call Alesia. You can talk with Andre. You can talk with Joy. Find out the steps that you need to take so that you won't have to go to the next level.
Exactly.
Stay close. We got more information for you right here at Sunshine's Corner.
Watch a new episode of Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m. Hosted by Sergeant Melanie Peterson and David Craig. Your tips may be eligible for a cash reward, featuring items about officer training, various aspects of police work, and crime prevention information. You'll hear about upcoming family-friendly engagement events as well. Don't miss Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m.
In our democracy, your vote matters. Make your voice heard. Get registered. Seek out reliable reporting on the candidates and issues and vote on or before November 5th. Visit vote411.org. This message is furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
This is Wayne at Icon Automotive in Robertsdale, Alabama, and I wanted to tell you more about our powertrain warranty forever. It comes with any vehicle we sell that has 80,000 miles or less at no additional cost to you. We put our vehicles through a tough safety and mechanical inspection before it can have the powertrain warranty forever, giving you a peace of mind with your purchase. This warranty is good anywhere in the country, and it covers 100% of parts and labor with no mileage limit, and is covered as long as you own the vehicle. Come pick out your dealership car at non-dealership pricing with the powertrain warranty forever at Icon Automotive.
Keeping your family healthy can be complicated. Baptist makes it better with trusted primary care doctors for the whole family and trusted specialists at convenient locations throughout the region ready to care for you. All when you need us most. Let Baptist make it better. Baptist Healthcare.
Go back to being a kid again. Head on over to Bubba's Sweet Spot. We've got house-made caramels, fudge, pralines, marshmallows, and lots and lots and lots and lots of chocolate. Looking for more traditional candy? We've got you. Our walls are covered head to toe in all the classics, from taffy to gummies and lollipops to gumballs. And don't forget our ice cream. With endless toppings and dipped cones, we've got what you're craving. Let us take you back to a time when every problem could be solved with candy. At Bubba's Sweet Spot.
There ain't no Mondo over there.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. Listen, this is Sunshine's Corner. I tell you, the ice cream is melting. Look, everybody gets that commercial as well as I. Yes. That's when my stomach makes the biggest noise, when I see that ice cream. But listen, I want to say I believe his name was David Powell. He texts to say, thank you, Andre, thank you, Alesia, and of course my girl Joy, for all that you do in the community to make sure that we're educated so that our loved ones will know what to do just in case, know where to go.
Where to go.
Where to go.
Where to go.
Not going the wrong place, know why you're going there. And it was something you said you wanted to talk about with Baptist.
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about two things for the audience. Baptist has a new area code. So it's not 850 anymore. It's 448.
Really?
So when someone is calling from your primary care, your specialist, your cardiologist, your endocrinologist, or let me say this, your blood pressure doctor, your
thank you.
Break it down.
Break it down.
The 448. Do not be afraid of it. It is us.
Thank you.
It is us.
Thank you.
448 is the new number. And also, if you go to our website, ebaptisthealthcare.org, there are a lot of, we talked about support groups. There's mother baby. There's
I visited that a few weeks ago.
There's cancer support groups. There's weight loss support groups. Here for the Faith Health Network on the 19th of September, we're celebrating and honoring and loving on caregivers.
Thank you.
Oh, that's what we're doing from 6 to 8. We're gonna have a meal. We're gonna have some fellowship, and we just want to show caregivers how important self-care is for them.
Yes,
because if you are taking care of, like my mother's taking care of my 92-year-old grandmother who was in Pensacola last week.
Oh, you told me about
it. She needs to understand that just like she keeps up with grandmom's specialty appointments and appointments, Mama got to take care of herself too.
Oh,
So we got to make sure that the caregivers are being taken care of, that you're making time for your primary care appointments or just self-care, your massages, your walk in the park, your time to read. So different things like that to make sure that you are being your best self so that you can take care of your loved ones.
And you want me to mess you up on what she just said, your grandmother's 92? This is going towards that staying active, getting out.
Yes, it is. That's why.
Let me mess you up.
That's right.
We have 2 foster grandparents, and I'm going to say their name, Miss Hattie Grant and Miss Lucy Timpson. Both of them went to Catholic school. Both of them are amazing. They're foster grandparents.
How old are they?
They still drive. They barely, if they take any medication, I don't know about it.
Hello.
They don't wear glasses. One of them only recently started using a walker. They both are 93 and 94.
Yes.
Come on, now, that's what I'm talking about.
93 and 94 years old.
I love it.
Still out there.
I love it.
Still going. Still
That's
doing
amazing.
I love it.
That's
I love
amazing.
it.
That's because they're getting up, they're getting out, they're keeping this moving, they're drinking their water, they're going to sleep at night, they're making sure they're doing all the stuff Andre is saying you can do, the actionable items.
Yeah, that's
they're
good.
eating how they should eat.
That's what I'm talking about.
And they ain't partying and clubbing all
There
night.
you go.
But
They
you don't have
in a club at night.
Well, not this night. It's other. Now, I just had another question. That question again, Jen, was what? The foster grandparent program.
Yes.
What about it?
It has absolutely, oh wait, I thought you were asking
No,
me
I'm
to say
asking
what-
you.
Oh, okay. It has absolutely nothing to do with the foster care system.
Okay.
It is, it was started way back when, and then, David, do you remember a gentleman named Lyndon B. Johnson?
Yeah.
Yes, way back that long ago. It's a part of AmeriCorps Seniors. A lot of people know AmeriCorps because that's the high schoolers and the college age students that are fight the power, Greenpeace, trying to keep the world going alive. Well, AmeriCorps Seniors are the ones who are 55 and over. So for persons who have a heart for children, who want to be in a daycare, Head Start, or a public school, who they can serve children anyway, also serving those who are developmentally challenged as well.
Yes.
So we've been at Westgate, we have them at oh goodness, I still want to say United Cerebral Palsy. I am so sorry. Capstone.
Right.
They're Capstone. And Velma Franklin is our coordinator for the foster grandparent program. So you can contact her. There's a process. She'll let you know if you're eligible, because there are some few things that you have to have.
Go through to make sure.
Yeah, and we try to make sure that we're assisting persons who are income constrained.
Right.
So needing with a little bit to help them with, a bill or to pay for some medication or to go to the casino if they're good. But hey, and it is, and it doesn't bother anything. The federal government, in essence, does not tax it.
Right.
It doesn't affect your disability check. It doesn't affect any kind of SSI. It doesn't affect anything like that. Yeah. So you can be a foster grandparent. They get a stipend so much a month for what they do.
Wow.
But all of them will tell you none of that matters to them. It's when they get out and they're in those schools, they're in those daycares, they're in those Head Starts, And those children are responding. Those kids who don't get a hug. Those kids who don't have someone tell you can do it. Those kids who don't have someone look at them and say, hey,
don't do. That's not what you do it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's what gives them that heartbeat. That's what makes them keep going up and being in their 70s and in their 80s and still doing this. So if they're interested in being a foster grandparent, our website, COAWFLA.org, or you can call 850-432-1475, Council on Aging. Velma Franklin's the coordinator. Give her a buzz.
And you see, I'm just listening to all of the things that are done.
Yeah.
And when she keeps saying 55, I'm like,
I know, right?
I've gotten asked that question a number of times. Now, Mr. Hall, when you say senior, what age is that?
Yeah.
I take a breath on that.
You're like, but to receive services, it's 60 and over.
Okay.
So, you know, you got some time to receive service.
But you know what I look at when you're talking about, like your grandmother, 92?
Baby.
Like the ladies that you have that you're talking about, they're 90 what?
93 and 94.
93 and 94 out yet driving.
Yes.
So therefore, that tells me that everything that Andre was tapping on, it is utterly important that you take these things and apply them to your life so you can be that next conversation. I believe that everybody, if you put some in you, you can do anything. I don't count numbers, even though you keep saying 55. I don't count numbers, but because I thank God that I'm mature.
Thank you.
Enough that, okay, I'm not on any medication. All I do is take vitamins. But the fact of it is because of what I've learned and what you all are really confirming to everybody, if you would take care of this temple, the temple gonna take care of you.
Yes.
But you gotta know the process. But let's just say just by chance, and it does happen, somebody starts to showing the signs that Andre's talking about. But we're letting you know that there are places that you can go that can also help inhibit the speediness.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's what's so important.
Yes.
Is that, and here's the beauty. There are things that you can do, and we've talked about some of them, that you can kill, as they say, two birds with one stone. Right? I need to be physically active. Okay, let me go out and volunteer here.
Right.
Let me go into this. Okay, I need to have social engagement. While I'm there, while I'm talking and going to these schools, I'm socially engaged. I'm socially engaged by going somewhere and doing this. I need to eat better. Well, while I'm doing that, I'm not going to have that hamburger or something else. I'm going to have something that's a little bit healthier than that. You need to be challenged with your mind and continue, because that adage, if you don't use it, you lose it.
That's right.
It's backed up by data. And so do challenging things, have conversation that's a challenge, that's stimulating. You can do all those things in an outing.
Absolutely.
Hit every one of them and just keep doing that. You don't have to go to the gym. Who wants to go to the gym?
That's right. Every day.
I wouldn't want to do that either if somebody told me I needed to go and exercise at the gym.
No.
But if I told you, hey, how about you go back and give something back?
There you go.
Imagine all those years that you've learned. Imagine what you can pass on.
Somebody else.
That wisdom that you have.
Exactly.
Don't just sit at home and keep that wisdom to yourself.
That's right.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if children aren't your thing, we have a robust volunteer program at Baptist Healthcare. So you can be a greeter, you can be a sitter. All types of things with volunteers. We have, I know, over 100 volunteers.
At the hospital?
At the hospital, yes.
Awesome.
And we also had a vibrant volunteering program this past summer for individuals that were between the ages, I think, of 15 and 17 that want to go into healthcare. So we put them through the volunteering program. And so it's ways to get out. One of the things that we do, actually two things. Westminster. So Baptist, in almost a couple of weeks, it's going to be a year since we moved to the
I can't believe that fast.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
it was the 23rd of September.
Come on, we would never remember.
And so one of the things that we've done is we tried to stay, or we did stay and keep a footprint in that legacy community.
Yes.
So we're in Westminster. One of my team members, her name is Jasmine. She's there every Wednesday calling bingo. Council on Aging is there. But we do everything around bingo. They don't know that they're learning about health things. They just like to play. They're having bingo. They're having fun. So we're giving them things with the prizes that can help enhance their health.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have our Food is Medicine program where we drop off fresh produce and other things
That's
into
awesome.
Wesley Scott, which is right across from Catholic High School.
Right.
Now,
right.
we've seen, because we have to use the data, thank you, Andre, we've seen a decrease in weight. We've seen a decrease in cholesterol.
Yes.
Because now they get every 2 weeks they get a box from the farm. They get instructions on how to cook it. They get shelf-stable things.
Instructions.
And guess
That's
what they've
awesome.
done?
Right.
Remember when we were younger? The community
Still
took care of
young.
itself.
Yes. There you go.
They have started their own food pantry in the office, right?
Really?
So if it's something in the box this week, like lima beans
That I don't like,
eat, I take it to the office so that
Someone
else
else
can come and pick
Oh,
it up.
there you go.
How
That's
innovative is
beautiful.
that?
That's right.
beautiful.
That's what I'm talking about.
That is
We
Excellent.
started that, and
Excellent.
one of my
Excellent.
team members,
Excellent.
Carly, she said, Joy, they've already started it in the office.
that is beautiful.
That's beautiful.
That is
So
beautiful.
that is a partnership with the American Heart Association, Levin Papatonia, and all of the healthcare providers. So every one of us has a cohort of patients.
There you go.
And so that's 40 seniors that we're keeping food secure.
Thank you.
Food
Thank
secure,
you.
right?
Thank you.
Yes, and so it's so much, y'all, that happens
It's
in
so
our
much.
community.
It's so much.
Pensacola is one of the most generous communities that I've ever seen.
And data backs that up as well.
And I'm not a Pensacolian.
I know.
Well, I am now. I'm a transplant. I'm a transplant.
We
It's
appreciate
home
you
now.
coming. Thank
Yeah,
you. We do.
It's home
we
now.
do. Yeah,
But
we
we
do.
have to make sure that we're plugging into the right power source.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree. When she say tap into that power source, when you can really get what you need. Now I want to come back. When we come back after this commercial break, we're talking about with the health and how Baptists and even with Council on Aging, even the things that Andre is talking about. I want to revert to our youth, where I see so many of them are obese. What is it? How can we tackle to educate the parents so that the kids, because the parents weren't buying the food, how are we going to educate them so we can get the youth down to the size that they need to be so it can be more healthy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll talk about that when we come back right here on Sunshine's Corner.
I just remembered it's election day. Are you going to vote?
I don't know. I don't think I'll have time today.
Millions of eligible voters in America never make it to the polls or even register to vote. When you don't vote, you're letting other people make decisions for you and pick the things your taxes will pay for. Voting is more than a civic duty. It gives you a voice about the priorities and the future of your community and our nation. Voting gives you a seat at the table.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quint Studer, and I am Blab TV.
The Reesburg Institute, Pensacola's ear, nose, throat, and voice center. We welcome you to visit us at our convenient Davis Highway location in Pensacola. At the Reesburg Institute, we offer the most advanced treatment available in a calm, stress-free environment. Since 2014, we've performed over 1,000 cases in office of balloon sinus surgery, as well as septoplasty and nasal procedures using oral sedation. The in-office procedures result in a faster healing time. Visit us and feel the difference.
Hello, my name is Eric, and this was my first visit to Little John's. The selection, the pricing here, and the customer service were outstanding. I would definitely recommend. The staff was very friendly, and they'll get you what you need.
Hi, this is John with Little John's Big and Tall here in Pensacola, Florida at 5700 North Davis Highway. Check us out at littlejohnsbigandtall.com, where we can take care of you with extra large up to 14X and large tall to 6X tall.
And welcome back to Sunshine's Corner on this Wednesday. And I'll tell you, it is our Wellness Wednesdays. So you can expect this the first Wednesday of every month. And I'll tell you, I cannot thank Joy enough for fighting with me to get this. Because I think it's so important that we educate our community on so many different levels of what's there for them, because we want to give them the knowledge to better themselves.
Right.
Now, my question before we went to break, I want to find out a way that how is that we can help tackle our kids that are need a little help.
Well, I have a personal story that I would share.
Okay.
You know, maybe I guess it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I voluntold my oldest daughters, who are now 32 and 30, to sit on a panel for the American Heart Association back in Memphis, of course. And so I had no idea what questions they were going to ask because it was conversational, kind of like this.
Like this, a conversation, right.
And so they asked the question. Now, here I am, the big bag community health champion. I got on this, you know, American Heart Association, nine fruits and vegetables a day shirt. And they asked the question that stopped me in my track. When was the last time y'all ate as a family?
And your kids?
And my children were not the only two that were there. It was some more kids, but I don't know what made them speak up. Maybe it's because I'm their mom.
Yeah, right. Because you're the mama.
And so the 12-year-old, you know, she's the modest one. She's like, hey, we ate at the church. Now, the church meal is important. I'm going to say that.
Right.
Y'all stop giving your pastors their fried chicken, them lemon ice
Amen. That big old piece of fried chicken.
Yeah, y'all put some green beans and some baked chicken. Give people a choice.
Yes. And hold back on that cake.
Yeah, hold back on that cake.
Amen.
Yes. And if you do give them cake, cut it so slim.
Not this thick.
So slim. But anyway, back to the story. And so she said, well, we ate together at the church. And then my the one that's like me, kind of, you know, aggressive, she says, no, that's not true. The other week we stopped and grabbed McDonald's and ate in the car. I'm only 14. I'm sure I made it to at least 1 foot tall.
Okay, I can
but
imagine.
it opened my eyes because here I was, a single mother.
Yeah.
I'm doing everything to provide, and sometimes I was tired.
Yes, that's all it is.
Sometimes I was
That's
tired,
it.
but it made me be more conscious. So what I will say is this: our children have to follow the same things that Andre said.
That's right.
They have to
Mimic what
get
they
active.
see.
They have to get active.
Yes.
There's no PE anymore.
Nope.
Right? There's no PE. Everything is at their fingertips. I even think
All
about my
day long.
grandson.
And they don't even break that.
Yeah. Any picture that you see any of my grandchildren in, you're gonna see the thumbs and the tablets. So you have to get active.
You do.
One of the things that we do with Andrews is we do sports physicals for all of the high school and middle school athletes.
Yes.
From
My son has had that.
Escambia all the way to Walton County. Now, we had to start putting in heart health and doing EKGs. And we found some things. Because what happened when the Buffalo Bills guy went down and had the cardiac arrest?
The young guy.
Yes, the young guy. But they couldn't do anything because it was national TV. How you stop live TV?
That's right.
You
Right.
can't.
He hit it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so we had to start incorporating those things. We also have the athletic trainers on the sidelines of all of the football games from here on through the 4 counties, right? So if something happens, they go through concussion protocol. They go through all of those things. But for what we talk about obesity, Andre said something during the break. You have to model it.
That's right.
Yes.
I can't make them baked chicken and then I get a fried chicken.
Exactly.
That's right. It doesn't go
That's right.
hand to hand.
Exactly.
It just doesn't. The school system does a lot to put nutrition in the hands of the children, of our youth. But then when they come home, it's whatever we're gonna do. And that's no slack on anybody, because I've been in those shoes where I had to do what I had to do.
Right.
But what was happening in Pensacola, and the reason why our food insecurity numbers are so high, is because we've turned from food deserts to food swamps.
Oh wow.
It's a different. Desert means there's no food. Swamp means there's fast food.
There's a bunch of
there you go.
There's a bunch of stuff, right?
What keeps popping up on every corner?
Exactly.
We
It's
keep
a
getting
restaurant.
more and
Exactly.
more
A
restaurants.
Exactly.
Instead of a go-kart place, instead of a putt-putt golf place,
Yes.
instead of let's get out here and swing a bat, more batting cages. We
was
don't
the only one
have
that
those.
took it down.
And to go to what Joy is saying about this, putting it on the parents, same thing, what I had to do as well at one point in time. But my nephew, him and his wife, I got to commend them so strongly. They have 3, and what they do is they have that time. They give them that screen time.
Yes.
But after and before, they're in dance. They're in soccer.
Yep.
One of them said she wants to do kickboxing now. So they're literally, the parents have to just get in the mindset of, I know I'm tired. I know I got a lot going on, but I had mine in everything because my parents had us in everything.
That's the same thing
I
with me.
thought I was just like my brothers.
That's right.
I was mad when my dad told me I couldn't play skins against shirts because I was a girl. I was like, what is a girl? What does that even mean?
There you go.
You should have your
I feel you.
children
Yeah.
to
To
where
win
they're
things.
so happy
Yeah.
about playing sports, about getting out there. Yes, they're going to get hurt. They're going to get bumps
Every
and
night,
bruises.
that's gonna make
but
them-
we got bumps and bruises
And we
and,
okay.
look where we are.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
You,
it takes mental stimulation.
you gotta do that.
And
yes.
it takes mental stimulation. If you live in a place where you can walk, get that teenager out their room.
Get 'em
That's
walking.
right. Walk and talk about their day.
Yes.
No doubt.
Stop having phones at the dinner table. Talk about
No,
their
come
day.
to the dinner table.
Come
Yes.
to the dinner table.
Talk about, not in the car with the McDonald's.
No.
But talk about,
Actual
talk about their day because there's so much you can learn.
Yes,
And we
yes.
have to protect, just like we're trying to protect the heart, the lungs, we have to protect the brain.
Absolutely.
And our children, they need
Amen.
mental health stimulation.
Yes, they
ma'am.
do. Yes, they
That
do.
is so important because
Yes,
they
they
go
do.
hand in hand with obesity.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It
Yeah.
does. Now,
So-
we got about 3 minutes left.
Okay.
Can you believe that?
That-
This
yeah.
was a very powerful
It was.
conversation.
It was.
Now, what I want to start with you, Alesia, tell everybody how they can get in touch with you.
Okay, Council on Aging of West Florida, 875 Royce Street. Phone number 850-432-1475. Dave is like, look right here. I'm looking everywhere but there. So, Council on Aging of West Florida, we have all sorts of opportunities for you all. Call us, 850-432-1475. A lot of volunteer opportunities, a lot of opportunities for you to receive services if you need those as well.
Absolutely. Andre, how can they get in touch with you?
So Andre Hall with the Alzheimer's Association. Our probably best kept secret is our 1-800 number because Alzheimer's and dementia does not keep office hours. You'll have some of the most challenging times at 3 a.m. in the morning and you need somebody to help you. That number is 1-800-272-3900. Call anytime, day or night. Somebody will answer and will help you through whatever challenges that you're having. Then also alz.org, where you can go and find information on what we offer in the community, educational events, support groups, really anything that can help you as you face the day-to-day challenges of going through this disease. And lastly, talking about exercising and getting out, we have the Walk to End Alzheimer's on October 6th here in Pensacola at Maritime Park. Please get involved in that. It's a wonderful time to come out that morning and walk, raise awareness of what's going on. So it's just a great opportunity for you to come and just
Be a
enjoy
part.
the morning for a good cause. So October 6th this year, look forward to seeing you there.
Absolutely. And my girl Joy, they all know you, Joy.
I ain't
We
hard
got
to
1
find.
minute.
I ain't hard to find.
All right.
Of course,
1 minute.
ebaptisthealthcare.org. We have easy schedule if you need to get into your provider that you can do it from your fingertips. My team has the easiest number in Pensacola. 448, because we have a new area
Right.
code, 227-PRAY.
There you go.
448-227-7674. We're here.
And listen.
73 years later, we serve
There
the
you go.
community.
Well, listen, everybody. It has been a fantastic day. The hour has gone by just tremendously.
Wow,
I mean,
yes.
so quickly. But look, I got to run because she's yelling at me, go fast, fast, fast. Got to get out of here, but I'm going to leave it with you as I do every single day. Never, ever, ever lose your focus. Always remember, if you keep God first, I'll guarantee you this, you're going to be a total success. So until tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for another day of nothing but sunshine, know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. Keep shining while I'm gone. Have a great day. Thank you.
Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.